Well, not too long after their draw, their 0-0 draw with the Seychelles, San Marino have got straight back on the horse and apparently organised games 9 and 10 of 2022 for them. They've played 8 so far, 7 of those defeats. Of course, that draw with the Seychelles as well. They've only scored 1 goal, but in November, on the 17th and the 20th of November, they face up against Saint Lucia. Away to Saint Lucia, they move to sunnier climes, to the Caribbean for this double legger. We've already seen incredible double leggers such as Indonesia versus Curacao in the September internationals, and November is going to be exactly the same with passionate fixtures coming your way. St Lucia find themselves 172 in the FIFA World Rankings, but they've not played that much of late. Just 4 games for them in 2022, 2 friendly games which were both defeats, one to Trinidad and Tobago and the other to Guyana, 1-0 and 3-2 respectively. Those are not bad results. Since then as well, they faced up against Dominica and Anguilla in the CONCACAF Nations League, League C, and they have won both of those games, keeping clean sheets. Now, why am I expressing the fact that they've kept clean sheets? Well, this is because they have a standout player who played in both of those Nations League C games, and that is Terrell Thomas. He plays for none other than Charlton Athletic. Why is this a big deal? Well, if you look at these two sides, a lot of players for San Marino play in the San Marino leagues and of course in the Italian leagues as well. And if you look at the St Lucia squad, predominantly players in St Lucia, some in Jamaica as well, one in Gibraltar as well, which is incredibly passionate, but none quite to the same kind of standard of a League One side, an EFL League One side in Charlton. And Thomas has capped twice, both of those games clean sheets. He does play defensively for them, and he could be a real difference maker in this fixture. Of course, in the 0-0 draw that the San Marinos played with the Seychelles, they were actually the side on top. They should have won, to be honest, but they were without Berardi and Nani. Both of those are an attacking threat for them. They've only got 1 goal each, but when you kind of think about the fact that San Marino don't score many goals and the fact that they've scored 1 in 20 and 27 caps, they are attacking threats. And hopefully they are available for these games away in Saint Lucia, because they could make a big difference. I feel like it will be a really, really interesting game, to be honest, because St Lucia never really higher than 165 in the rankings. This is kind of since 2016. They've not played that many games. They weren't in World Cup qualification for this World Cup that's taking place this year. They were due to be in the same group as Belize, Nicaragua and Turks and Caicos Islands, but they didn't play in that. They would have probably done all right, and that would have been a good benchmark. Them against Belize. They got relegated last time from Nations League B, so now they're winning in Nations League C, and they kind of sit in that layer. Too good for League C, not quite good enough for League B. They are higher ranked than the Seychelles, but I think we all know that San Marino should have beaten the Seychelles, so there wasn't a lot there that we could really take away from it. A 0-0 draw was disappointing for the hosts. I think there's going to be a little bit of home advantage here as well. We don't know what stadium it's going to be played at exactly, but it's likely that it is the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground, which is where St Lucia tend to play their home games. But again, they've not had all that many, so it's difficult to say for certain. One thing we do know, it will be in St Lucia. That's what we are hearing. So it will be a different kind of November international than if the games were indeed in Italy. It will be more humid. It will be warmer. It will be tough for the San Marino players who are used to Italian climates. It will, of course, be more challenging for some of the players that play overseas for St Lucia as well, but the others who are playing in St Lucia, in Jamaica, they are used to this climate. They are used to playing in these conditions. It's excellent to see games for San Marino. Of course, we talk about them a lot, but how fantastic that we're seeing more games for St Lucia. They, of course, play Anguilla and Dominica again in March of next year in CONCACAF Nations League C's final 2 fixtures for them. They would be expecting to win both again and regain promotion back to League B and also give themselves an outside shot, very outside shot of Gold Cup qualification. But with Thomas now in the side, and I'm sure there are other players. There have been players in the past, Genoa Donatian springs to mind, players that could have represented St Lucia, but it never really came off. I'm sure that there will be more across the European leagues who are eligible for games for St Lucia. So perhaps we'll see some new call-ups. Either way, we'll get to see this side play a friendly against a side from a different region. We get to see San Marino in action again. I fucking love these games. I absolutely love that these fixtures are going to take place. I'm not going to give a scoreline prediction because we will do a full match preview closer to the time. And when we've recorded that, it will pop up next to me in a second or two. We've of course not done it yet because we can't travel through time. But yes, 17th and 20th of November, so a month away. San Marino will be back in action. Apparently, fingers crossed, away to St Lucia in a double legger. How do you think this one is going to go? I don't really care how it goes. I'm just looking forward to seeing these. Of course, we should be able to watch these games. They'll be, if you're in Europe, these games will be taking place in the morning because of the time difference out in St Lucia as well. Absolutely fantastic. These games are taking place. Thank you so much for supporting D&Q. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all that fantastic stuff. Don't forget to comment your predictions for this one, and we will see you at the match preview. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.